what would be on Doug's wish list for Shelly in the future? Like, what if you had your way? What would you want Shelly to come out with as a
Uh,
product in the future?
uh, I don't think this is anything that, say Demeter doesn't know because I started asking for these things back in 2018. The first would be a Shelly wall thermostat for North America. There are very few local wall thermostats that are not Zigbee or Z-Wave. There's one that I know of. It's a good brand. I'm not name dropping, but they use REST APIs, so that would be a solid choice. But the thing is, if we had a Shelly one, we would have the ability to combine it with Shelly Cloud. It would be in the Home Assistant integration. It would have the local control. It would work with scripting. I'd be able to control my relays. And the thing is, I've worked with a lot of HVAC guys, and they use different platforms. But we've also got consumers that are doing HVAC projects, and 24-volt AC is kind of tough for us because we don't have anything besides Shelly plus Uni that can be powered directly by it.
Right.
So what that means is that you have to have a transformer, whether you're converting to 12 volt DC or whatever, and you power the Shelly, and then it can, with a dry contact relay, it can switch 24-volt AC, and that's typically what the HVAC guys do. Um, I mentioned Shelly X earlier. They've got a dev board with 4 relays. It's powered by 12-volt DC, but the relays are up to 240-volt AC. So,
Hmm.
a lot of HVAC guys use that. We've got a new version of that board coming. And so I think that's going to be really popular in HVAC. We've got a couple of guys I've talked to that are pinging me for it. Um, and um, at the same time, you've got all of the consumers who just want to do one thing. Like a popular one is ERV. So you've got, it's basically exchanging energy by, you got very tight air envelopes in your home. When the humidity kicks up, you want to turn on the booster on the ERV so that it's moving the air a little faster. And I think the first person who did that project in North America that I was aware of was actually Matt Farrell from the Undecided with Matt Farrell channel. And he worked with Mike Salerno, who works with me here at Shelly, to do that. And they did it with Shelly Plus One. And so, basically when the humidity hits a certain point, turns on the relay, hits the boost, and then it turns off after a certain amount of time. Um, Now that has sort of grown into the professional HVAC installers who are not only triggering that, they're triggering the fan on the air handler. They're doing a, a humidifier or a dehumidifier, depending on what part of the country they're in. All of these things sort of in parallel with the wall thermostat. So long-winded way to get to this. If we have a Shelly
Yeah.
wall thermostat, I would love to see it because then we sort of tie it into everything
Yeah.
and it triggers all of these things. The other thing I would love to see would be a weather station because I am a huge
Hmm.
fan of weather stations. I've had
Yeah.
maybe 12 of them over the last 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Okay.
my last one died a couple of years ago. It was another Accurite. Well, no, actually, I had a Davis and an Accurite at the same time, and they both died a couple of years ago. The sun here in Florida is pretty brutal on them. So,
Yeah.
you know, and because my work has kept me so busy and family life, I haven't had a time to really pick a new one and research what features and so on. Because you got to make sure that if you buy one, it's not just going to be displaying data on a screen. You want to use that data,
Yeah.
and while there are a lot of weather APIs available, there's nothing in the world as important as what is my actual rainfall on the dirt at my house.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's what you need to know. So those would be big on my wish list. And then stuff like a 480-volt energy meter. Because the energy meters we
Sure.
have now sort of top out at 400-volt, and in North America, 480 is a big commercial voltage. So if I had a wish list, those are the three things that I would have on it.